Okay.
interview.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Wow. I like put so much dry shampoo in my hair. It looks like shit.
No, it doesn't.
Oh yeah. And my eyebrows are off. It's driving me crazy. I'm just gonna face that way more.
You look picture
It's one of
perfect.
those days, man. Thanks.
Yeah.
How's your daughter doing with school? Oh my God, it was her birthday. How was her birthday?
Her birthday was amazing. It honestly felt like a normal birthday. We had one of her
Hmm.
friends over that she's been seeing regularly, and then my sister came over. Uh, uh,
That's fun that your sister lives that close.
well, she lives like a half an hour away, but she wanted to kind of get away and say hi. So we did like sushi takeout, an ice cream bar. We had two of her little friends come over, and it was a lot of
Oh,
fun.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, she had a great
That's
birthday.
really cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good. Good. I'm sure I figured you would do something, make
it kind
it
of all
feel
happened
normal.
genius in the evening, but it felt like a normal birthday. It was great. So we're having a little
Good.
for her this Saturday, but yeah,
Oh, fun.
it was fun.
All right, Hannah's here. Ready?
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? It is Sarah Lyon, and
Camille Periat with
we
another
are
episode
here.
of Bikini Show.
Hannah Ranfranz. She is the bubbliest, happiest bikini pro I've ever met, ever seen. She is phenomenal. We want to give you guys that inside look into her background, how she got to be where she is today, and of course, what's going on with this coronavirus in her life.
She's the one that's frolicking on the beaches in Florida that we're all jealous of.
Literally frolicking.
Let's bring her on.
Perfect. Okay. There's always the dramatic pause. Someone's entering the room.
What's
Hey!
I'm gonna change my there we go.
Can you hear us? Oh, there it is.
Let's see.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome. Hi, Hannah. How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Good. So
Good. It's so good to see you.
I know. It
So-
feels like it's been forever.
You're so tan.
Yeah.
Hannah, I must say, like, I'm very jealous of you right now because you're like living your best life during quarantine. You're like, I'm by the beach, I'm in my bikini doing workouts, I'm at the pool. I'm like, that's it.
It is so crazy. Like, I don't know what I would do if I was in Indiana still. I
was gonna say.
I moved at the best time.
You moved like a week before quarantine, right?
I got here. I was here for 2 weeks and then it all broke out.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
How lucky. How closer to the beach are you?
So I'm super lucky because I moved downtown St. Pete, and then my friends, they had a vacation rental that they had rented out because my best friend's fiance's brother was supposed to be getting married. And of course, the wedding got called off because of COVID. It's moved to next year, but they had this vacation rental, and we were like, well, there's nothing for, like, we might as well still go. So literally they had this big house rented, so they're letting me stay with them. So we're literally quarantined on Anna Maria Island in a vacation rental across, like, the beach is on one side, the water is on the other side with the boats. So it's like, and then we have a pool. It's the best thing ever.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
We're
Wow.
literally in paradise.
You're on a vacation.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I need to make a move.
And, like, the thing is, I've worked online, and I don't go out to dinner. Like, I never go to restaurants or go to clubs or anything. So it's like, really, my life hasn't changed.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
And, like, working out is working out to me, like, I have that internal motivation. So, like, if I have my bands and I can work out in the sunlight, I'm just as happy as, like, going to the gym. It doesn't make a difference for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Do you feel a big difference from living in Indiana or like when you lived in Indiana and dealing with the gray compared to just being in the sunshine, even just this short amount of time?
Oh yeah, like it's so crazy. So like my neighbor back home, she like sent me this Snapchat and it was like, oh my gosh, we finally have sunshine for the first time in like weeks. And it's like, I remember back home, it was at the very beginning of the year and I was feeling like really down. And then all of a sudden it was a sunny day. And I was like, wow, I just feel like I feel so much better. I feel like I haven't seen the sun shine in forever. And then turns out it was like the longest record of going without the sun breaking through in Indiana.
Yeah.
You don't realize how much the sun affects your mood. And I had a client check in and talk about how she really felt like seasonal depression was getting to her. And I was like, I totally know how you feel. I said, if I wasn't in Florida, I'd be experiencing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, especially now with the adding in the quarantine. Like, luckily, of course, now we're finally in May, but the first couple weeks and then even throughout April, you know, April showers. So it was way more gray here than usual, but
Yeah.
good
There's
for you. I'm just so
one-
happy for you.
yeah. One rainy day, I'm like, oh my gosh, the world is ending.
Oh, stop it.
This isn't supposed to happen.
I'm so dramatic. It's so funny, but like, I thrive off the sunshine.
Yeah,
That's
you
all I
can
need.
see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll watch you and was like, God damn it.
Here, I'm throwing the sunshine at you guys. Beautiful out today.
At least she broke her arm. No.
Right. I feel like, okay, let's start at the beginning. Let's start at the very beginning because Hannah, I was even just telling Camille, I was like, yeah, she turned pro in 2017.
I turned pro in 2018.
2018, I was even off. You
Even
started
greater.
competing in you did your first show in 2017
Yes.
at the Mid-Illinois in Ottawa, correct?
Yeah. Yep. That was my first show. And then I won that show, and then I did another show, Badger State, Wisconsin. I won that show. So I went straight to Miami Nationals. Had no idea what the national shows were. Like, my coach was just like, you have to go. And I was like, what's that? Didn't know how to pose, didn't know how to do nothing. I got first call outs, and I was like a deer in headlights. I had no idea what was going on. And then after that, like that night, I remember going back home after getting first call-outs. I didn't even really understand what call-outs were still. I like remember going back to the hotel that night and I started like Googling like IFBB Pro, like IFBB Pro card. Like, what is this? Like, I'm going to earn it. And so like, I was like,
Ryan.
Yeah. What am I signing up for?
yeah. So I like started researching and I was like, okay, I just did 3 shows in 6 weeks because that was like first, second, and third show, right? Like that. I was like, I just did 3 shows in 6 weeks. It was so easy. I go, okay, next year there's 3 national shows within 6 weeks. I go, I'm turning pro in the spring. And I told myself that. And then I just worked so hard and then I turned pro at the second one, Chicago Pro. So like, it was so funny because I had like saved up everything in case I needed to travel to Jersey to go to Universe if I didn't turn pro at Chicago. And then I saved up like over $1,000, just set that aside. And I ended up taking all that money and going to Vegas.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is so awesome. And I remember seeing you at Junior Nationals. And I had even remembered seeing you on stage the first year that you had competed.
Yeah.
Tell us about that experience just getting started. You know, have you always been with the same coach since day one? How was your first experience going into the world of bodybuilding?
So when I very first started competing, I mean, I went to school for exercise and health. You know, I've been an athlete my whole life, volleyball, softball, cheerleading, half marathons, like I'm always doing something. And I like decided to do a show just to like learn and grow as a trainer, to challenge myself. Like my body was really burnt out from running and injuries. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to sign up for this show. Like I really want to gain weight. Like, cause I used to be so skinny. It's always been a struggle for me to gain weight. Cause you all know I don't sit still. So like I have to eat so much to gain weight. And so, I finally hired a coach, local coach, friends set me up with him. And I was like, you know what, because I need to have someone tell me to eat in order to eat enough to grow. And if I want to grow and I don't want to be this skinny little string bean anymore, like I need a coach, like I need some help.
Yeah.
And so I decided to prep for this show. Before I ever stepped on stage for this show, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in this for life. Like we're like getting our tans and I'm like, we're all on our jammies. And I'm like, this is like a slumber party for adults. Like I'm in this forever. Like I am doing this forever. And then like backstage, I was just having a blast meeting all of these girls. I was like, oh yeah, like done. Like this is the rest of my life. This is what I'm doing. And so then, I ended up, like I said, I ended up winning. I had no idea. Like, I didn't expect it. You know what I mean? And then, like, the next show, it was, like, same thing. I was a little bit more nervous for that second one because I was like, oh, like, how do you do better than first? And then I got first again. But, like, I think because my internal motivation is just so big and I just love exercise and health. Like, if I could work out all day. I was telling friends this the other day because I was just like working out while they're all chilling in the pool. I'm like playing volleyball with myself, like not sitting still. And I was like, if I could work out 24 hours a day, like, and my body never hurt and I like didn't go hungry, like I would just nonstop move because I just
that is. And you are not even like bullshitting, excuse my language when I say that. You are so serious because I'll never forget it was just last year actually at the Pittsburgh Pro, and you and Natalie and Natalie Richards is another IFBB Bikini Pro that I'm also good friends with, and they made the drive out together, and it was like you're like doing bands at like a gas station. Yeah. Like just getting a quick pump in.
Yeah. I never ever stop. Like I just love it. And like that's like the thing, like especially like with my clients, for instance, like if girls have never like really been in like the health and fitness first, it's like I always want them to start as a lifestyle because like my main goal with like all my clients, general population, competitors, like I just want to make them like love exercise and health. Like I want them to love it like I love it. Like I just,
oh yeah.
You know, it's the mental and physical benefits. It's everything. It's just enhancing. I believe so much in like functional training too. Like, I mean, I break my wrist rollerblading, but like I want to be able to do everything. Like I want to be able to wakeboard, water ski, snowboard, rollerblade, like you name it, I'm going to show someone up at it. Like that's my goal.
So what sports did you play growing up? Obviously you played probably every sport known to man. And that was actually a question that I got for you today was, what is your athletic background to bring your physique to where you're at now?
So volleyball, softball, cheerleading, and running. Those were like my four main. So okay. I just yeah.
Weren't you bored, Hannah?
I wanted to play everything. And it was so funny because like that's the thing, like I was good at everything. And I was like, I just wish I was like the best at something. Like, I just want to be the best at something. And I'm like, I'm good at everything. Like, even in volleyball, I could play. I never had to sit the bench because I could play every position. You know what I mean? So I could sub any position. I wasn't the best at a single position, but I could play them all. Same with softball. Like, I could play any spot. I always played third base, but like, it was just like, I could do anything. And like, I would still show people up and knock out in gym. Or knockout, the basketball game. Like I was good at that too. Like I just wanted to do it all.
Yeah, that's amazing. And obviously your passion totally shines through. It shines throughout your everyday interaction with everyone on social media, but then also on stage. So speaking of being the best, you have officially won your first ever IFBB Professional League show, the Battle of Texas in December. Tell us about what adjustments did you make? Because you had previously done the Niagara Falls show, which I had seen you at. You looked great at that show. I think a lot of people were surprised at your placing at that show. And then just a few weeks later, you went and dominated the stage in Texas. You made some tweaks to your suit, to your makeup, and you came out in that first place spot, earning your spot at the 2020 Olympia this year. Tell us about that experience.
So I did 13 shows last year, and the first 10, like by the end of the first 10, like, of course I'm just like exhausted physically and mentally. Like, it takes a toll on your body to just diet. And even though we were reversing and adding food, it's just like, I couldn't stay full. Like, my body was just worn, like I needed a real break. And so we like took those 3 months to reverse. Like, I went straight into a reverse, and then we only did a short cut. We only did like a 9-week cut. Casey wanted to do 8, and I was like, can we have 9? And she was like, fine. So I just did a 9-week cut, and then so I did LA and I got 4th, and then I did Niagara and I got 4th again, and it was like same suit, same hair, you know, and I felt like my physique was pretty on point at both of those, and I was very confident in what I was bringing, and it was like, I was like, okay, I'm sick of this 4th place, you know what, like, I was like, I'm done with it, like, so then I was like, it's the last show of the year. I was like, I have nothing to lose, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, luckily I ended up getting it just because this spring has been crazy with the COVID.
Right.
But like, it was kind of like, okay, even if I don't qualify at this show, then I can reverse another time and then compete spring and still shoot for the 2020 O. But I was like, my goal, like, that's the thing. When I tell myself I'm going to do it, I do it. Like, when I told myself I was going pro at one of those spring shows, I did it, and I write it down, and I tell myself I'm doing it over and over, and I just like speak it into existence. And so I was going to the Battle of Texas, and it was so funny because like before I turned pro, it was like I got 6th place, I got 8th place, and it's like I got that first call out and didn't get top 5. I got like a 1.5 call out, and then I didn't get the top 5 again. And then finally, like, of course, like Chicago Pro was like, our junior nats, I mean, was supposed to be like, that was my goal to turn pro. And right before I get on stage, I'm like, you know what, God, I was like, forget first. I was like, can I just have a top 5 already? Like, can I just get a top 5? And it was like, before the Battle of Texas, it was the same thing. It was like 4th. I'm like, can I just not have 4th place? Like, I'm going for that number 1, but just not 4th place again. Come on. Like, and it's so funny. I feel like every time, but like, no matter what, I just go out there and I do my best. And like, and when like you said, like, we just made a couple tweaks, like, I was bringing pretty much the same package in all reality. Like, it wasn't much different. Like, I always diet down, and then I kind of reverse into all the shows I do. I just will fill out into my shows, because once I get stage lean, my metabolism is on fire. Like, my body will eat away at any food. Like, I just get hungry, and the goal is just keep me full. Like, I eat cake pops and Cheetos and Cheetos. I'm just like eating the most disgusting stuff show day, and I'm like, it's amazing. And so, but like, once we switched my hair, so I went from straight hair. It was the first time I ever did curls on stage, and like the first time I ever really got glammed. And so, and then changed my suit color because we needed more contrast. I needed something to pop. Like, I didn't want to just blend in. So like, we really just leveled up. Like, it was time for me to level up. And it was like, the physique's there. I've been told the physique's there, you know, like, I've done the work. I need to fix something. So I just went out there, and I had a couple friends flying in for it. And then I was staying with Ashley Janelle, and Ashley and I have gotten so close from doing so many shows together. And Natasha Coleman was there, and they were like, I had like all these stage moms, and I felt like a winner no matter what, because I was just the people I was with, and they were so proud of me. It was amazing. And like, every time I compete, like when I win, it's like, I'm doing it for my coach. I'm doing it for my family, my friends, everyone who encourages me. Like, I felt like I was supposed to be like the mean girls up there, like breaking my crown and like tossing it out. Like, I feel like,
and I can see you doing that.
I feel like when I win, everybody wins. And like, after I won that show, I got so many messages from like strangers telling me they started tearing up when I won, and like how they felt like I won. And Lauren Dannemiller, her and I are super close, and now we live right near each other, so we get to actually see each other. And she was like, Hannah, like, you winning, like, and you never giving up, like, that gives me hope. Like, it shows, to have other pros even say this stuff to me, it's like, oh my gosh, like, whoa.
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
I was actually going to mention this, and I'm glad you brought it up because it's a perfect segue for what I was going to say. But when you won, I've never met you in person. I follow you. We've kind of chatted a little bit on Instagram. But when you won your show, it was like I would say that the whole industry was happy about it because we've seen you grind so hard, and it was like, she did it. Everyone was so proud of you and excited for you. It was like industry wide, I think.
Yeah, it
was well deserved.
It was just so rewarding because, like I said, like I feel like everyone kind of felt like because I feel like so many people have followed my journey because it was very fast. Like I turned pro fast, hit the pro stage quick, like, and technically got to Olympia pretty fast. So it's like, I feel like people kept up throughout that whole path. And then they've got to watch me evolve as well. Like, people have watched me evolve and, like you said, just fight for it and like
Right.
really work and never give up. And I think, like, I love that, like, I always keep a positive attitude no matter what. And like, I can show women, like, you can go from fourth to first place. You can go from not getting a call out. Like, at the beginning of the year, I went from not even getting a call out at the Clash, and then I got second at Indy because I had like almost 3 or 4 weeks to like really fill my physique back out. And like, you can make changes, and you get feedback, and you don't take it personally. You don't get upset. You just take the feedback and you do the work. And it's me versus me sport. It's a you versus you sport. It's, as long as you're improving yourself and you're happy and confident with what you're bringing, at the end of the day, you're not on the stage for long. And it's the messages and the people I inspire and the friends who come to my shows and my team and my coach and all the people I'm hanging out with afterwards, and people like you guys who I meet, like, that's why we're winners, Like,
yeah. You have to love so many aspects of it to make you just that determined and continue through.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Keep thriving. Absolutely. Yeah. So now, Hannah, you were just talking about your metabolism, how fast it is, even some of the things that you eat on show day. So I know that you give a lot of information out on your social media, but could you tell all of our viewers more about your dieting style? Do you do, and if it fits your macros through your contest prep? If you do, what does it look like? Give us some of those details.
So my body handles carbs really well. And, that's just because I'm on my feet from morning to sleep. I feel like women who, have desk jobs and stuff, some girls will do fasting and stuff. Like, that's not something, I can't do fasting because I am up and at it and hungry. So I follow meal plan, and I have my clients, though, for instance, half macros, half meal plan. It's totally preference. One isn't better than the other because in all reality, it's the same thing. Like, it's just what you prefer and what's easier, maintainable, and enjoyable. So like, for me, I'm such a creature of habit, especially once I'm in prep. So like, I don't mind eating the same thing every single day. And like, I tracked my food since I was 14. That's when I like decided health and fitness was super cool and just fell in love with it and used my fitness pal, So I did that for all of high school, all of college. At this point, my brain's a nutrition book. If I'm going to stuff something out on my meal plan, it's super easy for me to just, I know what I'm eating and I'm so in tune with my body. I don't need to email Casey and be like, hey, can I eat this instead of this? Like, I know how my body's going to respond. I know what I'm going to do. Like, so I don't need to ask her, can I sub exactly this many carbs out for this many carbs, But, so I follow more of a high carb, low fat. And when I'm in season, I always eat 5 times a day. So I'm eating, and I eat every like 3 to 4 hours. So I wake up, I eat my breakfast, and then I typically go train. Then I eat a little post-workout, and then I eat my meal number 2. And then early evening, like from like the 3 to 4 o'clock window, I'll eat my meal 3. And then right? Usually try to get it down always before 7:30, but anywhere from like 6:30 to 7:30 is when I eat my meal number 4. So I have like 4 well-rounded meals and then 1 post-workout.
Got it.
Like 5 times a day that I'm eating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Okay,
I think
very cool.
in all reality, like, I know some people, you know, do 6 meals a day, but to me, it's just like 6 is almost like too much time consuming. It's
for some people.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'd rather eat a little bit of bigger meals. Like my meal 3 is actually usually the smallest meal of my day. And then 2 and 4 are probably my bigger ones. It's just, I'm very in tune with my body. So like sometimes it depends. Like off season, I really just make sure I'm eating enough, basically. So I'm just, anytime I'm hungry, I eat. And
Gotcha.
I have a meal plan that has like 1,000,000 calories on it because Casey's always feeding me. So this off season has been the longest off season I've ever had ever since I began competing. And it's the lowest my weight has ever stayed. And yet it's the most variety I've ever eaten. And it's so awesome that, you know, after years and years of this, like this is my 3rd year now on this, it's like, you know, you just become very in tune with your body.
Yeah, you know, and you saying everything that you're saying, it reminds me so much of when Camile and I are talking, just me and her, or even how you're saying things, even the way that you walk around so close to your stage weight all the time. You guys really resemble a lot of each other in that sense.
You sound very similar to me. Like,
It's funny. I've always noticed that of Camile too.
Yeah.
I've always noticed how it's because in all reality, you are an athlete.
Yeah. So I grew up playing every sport you mentioned also. I'm always, you know, I'm very in tune with what I eat. I'm very in tune with my body. And I'm also kind of a hard gainer. So it actually my off season, I find I just kind of eat when I want to, which sometimes is like not like, as I start to get ready for a show, I actually start eating more and I start growing into my show. And I think that's why I don't have a whole lot of weight fluctuation. Like my weight right now is around 3 to 4 pounds above stage weight. Now my body fat's a little higher, you know, my muscles are
that's me too.
But it kind of balances out.
Yeah, like right now I'm just kind of softer, especially, you know, with this and not having as heavy of weights. But it's, what'd you say?
Spongier.
Spongier.
But, you know, I don't get concerned over it because I know once the gym's open and I know once I go back to it, it's going to be fine. Like, we're all going to be okay. I'm like, I'm so go with the flow. I'm always like, life goes on. Everything happens for a reason. There's no reason to ever stress about something that we cannot control.
Yeah, that's true.
If it's out of your control, like there's no reason to worry about it. And then if it is in your control, then I always say, fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like do something about it, like take action. But there's no use to complain over either of those things.
No, absolutely. I think it's a great mindset. So what kind of changes are you and Casey planning on doing? And by the way, you're
for the O.
Yeah. So
I can't wait to hear.
Casey, your coach. She's also a bikini pro. I've competed with her a couple times. Super sweet girl. I actually had lunch with her. I think it was like 2015 in like Texas.
Yeah.
But Casey's your coach. She's a bikini pro, and
so really the main goals are to just keep my back and shoulders full. Like I've always been bottom heavy. Like I've always had such developed lower half. I think that's just a lot from the sports I've always played. And also like my very first coach I ever had didn't really give guidance on how to train specifically for the sport. It was just like, okay, here's a training split. I want you to train legs twice a week, shoulders and back twice a week. And it was like back twice a week, shoulders twice a week, leg twice a week.
Standardized training protocol, which is great for most people, but if you're training for like a specific division, like bikini, if pure fitness. You need something way different.
Yes, especially since I needed my upper body to catch up with my lower half. I didn't need to be growing my lower half, you know? So before I turned pro, I actually quit doing leg days for 2 months. I didn't touch weights for legs for 2 months.
Wow.
Because for one of those, for the very first month, I just went on an hour walk instead of doing a leg day. And then the second month of doing no leg days, I just did plyo. So that's how we had to like bring down my legs and like some walking, just walk, like to get my legs down. And so, like I said, it's always been grow my back and shoulders. And I mean, so I just turned 25, but you know, like a lot of the women who have the upper body, they've just been doing this sport so much longer than me. It's like, I feel like it's really just a muscle maturity thing, because even from 2017 to 2020 now, it's like, wow, my physique has changed so much. And it's like, okay, well, I've been hitting shoulders twice a week for almost 3 years now, and I've been doing shoulder touch-ups every other day for 3 years, almost 3 years now, you know? So it's like when girls get so upset, like they think it's a quick fix, and I'm like, okay, well, yeah, I turned pro quick, but I was an athlete my whole life before that, you know? There's a background, like even my pro show I won, there's some pros who have won shows who have not done as many shows as me. Like I did 13 shows, like in all reality, that was my 14th pro show. Like I did 13 pro shows before I won the 14th one, for instance. Like it was no overnight success in all reality.
Right. Your consistency is paid off.
It took me 4 years as a pro to even win my first pro show.
Yeah.
3 years, the first 3 years of my career, I competed like 5 to 7 times a year, and I rocked last call outs until finally I made
rocked it.
Yeah. Everyone has their own path, and like, but once you get that like first call out, and then if you're lucky to get a win, it's like it kind of just, you know, it changes.
Yeah. Well, I always say like the national level and even like a pro show, like if you're in a first call out, you're being compared to that person who's number one. And I always say like a first call out is like an invitation back. Yeah. And it's like, hey, we see you. And like, I feel like in the pros really, like, I guess like sometimes you do have like that hardcore winner of the show, but like, in my opinion, like usually the top 5 in the pros, at most pro shows, like it's almost like anyone in that top 5, almost any one of those girls can win and no one's going to argue it. Everyone looks phenomenal in the pro league. Like, it's like, you can't be upset. Like, it's about, sometimes when it comes to a show, it's being at the right place at the right time, you know, because if everyone's coming in a little harder, maybe you're going to look too soft. If everyone's coming in a little softer, maybe you're going to look too hard. You know, you just never know who you're going to be standing next to and how you're going to look, and like, it's just, there's so many varieties, so that's why you can't like take it to heart. But and then like that's the thing, you just got to nail, like Casey told me before I turned pro, we have to nail your look. Like just focus on you and nailing your look, your proportions. Just because I quit doing leg day for 2 months doesn't mean everyone else should go quit doing leg day for 2 months, because some people need to develop their glute ham tie-in. Yeah. Mine's always been there. I've always needed work on my shoulders. I know girls who can hardly do upper body stuff. They have to go light because,
well, I used to not be able to work my upper body hardly at all because I was too dominant there, but now it's shifted, and now it's like, I'm like, okay, I'm
starting to.
That's the cool thing about the sport, though. It's a never-ending journey.
Yeah.
Your body changes all over the years, so that's what I love about it, is like there's always something to work for.
Your body changes, and so does the look. So
it's
just
ever evolving.
Yes, hit that target. Sometimes you're like, got it, and it's like, oh, okay. And then you're like shifting back, and that keeps you guessing too.
Yeah,
it really is a never-ending journey, and that's what I love about it. Is there's always more. Like
it always keeps me working. A new goal.
Totally.
Yeah.
So now with everything that's going on with this coronavirus, it's crazy. Camile, how long have you been in quarantine now? How many weeks?
I think about 2 months.
Yeah.
And
I bet.
California's looking at another month.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm sure Illinois is going to end up in the same. It's crazy. So now, obviously, a lot of people, especially a lot of athletes, are concerned and questioning, is the O going to happen? Is the O going to happen in September? So, Hannah, how are you and Casey addressing this? Are you guys still starting prep as usual, on schedule for that? Are you going to wait a little bit longer because you are already so lean?
So we actually just talked about that this week. She was like, I don't know if they're going to postpone the O or not. Like she was like, I have a feeling they might. I don't want to call it. I said, you know what? I was just thinking that the other day too. Like, we don't know. Like, you never know what next week is going to bring, what they're going to say or what, like, the world is just so unknown right now. But like, I am like I have such strong faith that I'm just like, everything happens for a reason. I don't worry. I said, and I told Casey, I said, if the O happens in September, we're going to be ready. If it doesn't, we're still going to be ready. Like, it doesn't make a difference. I'm going to be ready. Like you said, because I'm lean, it's not like we have to start cutting it anytime soon. Yeah. So it's really just, no matter what date that O is, I'm going to make the most of every day. Like,
yeah,
you know, and I always tell people, like, whether the stage is there or not, the stage doesn't change what I do every single day. Like, take the stage away from me and I'm still going to be doing the same exact thing. I'm still going to be the same exact psycho every day. Like, I joked, one of my friends, he was like, you're like a functioning psychopath. I was like, that's the nicest thing anyone's ever told me. We were dying. I was like, that's such a nice compliment.
Really, really funny though.
Right?
About you is that you crack yourself up.
So I had a friend tell me, he was like, it's not even that you're like funny, it's like, it's how you say everything that's so funny. I was like, I know.
It's you're very entertaining. But,
yeah, you are.
Hannah, how good does it feel that you have qualified so early on in the season and you can literally just sit back and chill? And that's also partly why you're like, I don't care, it's all right.
Whatever happens.
If you were needing to qualify and like trying to like get on these shows, it's going to be a rat race when it does open up. But you can sit back and like live your best life like you are.
I know. I am so, so happy. And like, especially because apparently when the gyms are closed, I become a little more reckless in my everyday activities. So I pulled my hamstring the other day, dynamic stretching. I'm like doing my thing, stretching, and I'm like, oh, I like fell to the ground. I was like, I need these gyms to open back up so I can stay safe.
Did you get I saw you got a trampoline.
Oh, it's a spike ball. So that's like, yeah, I play that on the beach and it's so fun. It's like volleyball, but like with this little ball, oh my gosh, it's a blast.
Fun.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's one of my many activities. It's one of my hidden talents.
When are you due to be out of the cast?
I still have almost another month. Actually, wait, tomorrow will be actually 3 weeks. I'll just have 3 more weeks in it.
So I'm going to say, have you ever did you break your wrist?
Yeah, my scaphoid.
Have you ever broken your wrist before?
Nope, I've only broken my elbow, this elbow.
So I've broken my wrist before when I was like just doing lots of different things. I was younger. I was like in high school, but I broke my wrist and I was just like, I got this cast on. That's cool. So I was like playing tetherball like crazy. I was like undefeated. Yes. And I was so active with my stupid cast on that my bone grew like crooked and they had to re-break my wrist. Be careful.
I don't know what's so funny.
Oh my gosh. If that happens now.
Yeah, they had to put my finger. It was all healed. I was getting ready to take it off and it had grown crooked.
Camille, I guarantee you I'm going to have a nightmare tonight. I guarantee you.
Don't be too active because it's trying to fuse.
Okay, so I was doing a cable workout today and I see a text message pop up from my friend, Tori, who she's also a competitor. We went to college together. We studied the same thing at college. She's just finishing up grad school for PT. She's going to be a physical therapist. So she knows the human body like the back of her hand. And I see Tori pop up on my phone and I go, oh no, I know she's texting me to yell at me. And the very first thing she says is she goes, I have a feeling like you're not doing what you should be with your wrist right now. And I go, oh my gosh. I said, I knew when I saw your name that that's what your text was going to be about. And I was like, well, I only work out with it for like 2 hours a day, so it's healing the other 22. I was like, I'm using it for 2 hours, so it heals the other 22 of the day. I was like, I'm crazy. And then Courtney was in the car with me, my best friend, and she was like, Hannah, you're doing it like 12 hours a day, you liar.
Yeah, just be careful because that sucks when that happens.
I said I wasn't going to do upper body tomorrow. I'm not going to use it tomorrow.
Camille has officially scarred Hannah.
I need that. I need
Scared
that.
her out of using that wrist for the next 3 weeks.
Thank you.
Your friend Tori's gonna be like, thank you, Camille, for like setting her straight.
I told you, everything happens for a reason. This interview happened so my wrist doesn't get rebroken.
I've been there.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I love it. Hannah, you have been absolutely wonderful to have on today. You are just always so awesome to see. You're so genuine, so real. Thank you so much for all your information, your feedback. If that happens, if you have to get your wrist rebroken, I would like to request that we get to announce that.
Oh yeah, Camille and Sarah get to do the grand announcement. See, look at how dirty my cast is from weights and stuff.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that and like I used to get rulers to itch underneath.
This is waterproof though, so I've been swimming laps still.
Oh, that's nice.
Cool. They make them waterproof now, so.
So before we get off really quickly, what is your Netflix binger?
So you guys are gonna laugh at me. So I never really watched Netflix just until the other week. My friend was like, Courtney was like, Hannah, you need to like watch Netflix and chill sometime. Like, chill out, okay?
Yeah.
So the week before, I did like 104 miles on my watch. Like that was like my weekly summary. And then I started watching Netflix. I go, Courtney, I have been so lazy. I said, I only did 89 miles this week because I started watching Netflix. So I started watching The Heart of Dixie.
I've seen
It's
commercials for it, but I haven't
like a little
seen it.
Southern show. Southern love.
This is a new one for us. We're not aware.
We're talking about like gore and like
Narcos.
Oh,
Ozark.
Guys, I live in La La Land.
Oh.
We live in La La Land. We don't watch that stuff.
Awkward. We were not ready for a summertime Dixieland delight.
It's like Candyland, you know? Anything with rainbows and butterflies, that's me.
All right. The Heart of Dixie?
The Heart of Dixie.
All right, we'll check that out.
Yeah, we will check it out.
You won't be hurt if you don't watch it.
Well, it's something I can watch with my daughter.
Yeah, so like think of Hallmark. I'm like a Hallmark Channel lover.
Okay.
Oh.
Everything, it always has to have a happy ending. If it doesn't have a happy ending, I'm like, why did I watch? One time I yelled at my sister for not telling me what the movie was about at the movie theater we were going to see because it had a sad ending. I was so mad at her. I was like, no, I'm going to be depressed all day. Like, you didn't warn me that it ended this way. I was like, you just ruined my day.
Yeah, Sarah and I seem to watch like corruption, drug deals, murder, where it's like
Cartel. Yeah.
Like oh,
Nightmare.
so stressed out.
I'm the biggest baby you've ever met.
Well, now we know what to watch before we go to bed, you know, because I do that. I'm a action kind of gal, and then right before bed, I need like a comedy, something unicorns and rainbows like, and then I can hit the hay.
Perfect. We got it. We got that.
Oh, it's so funny. Wow. Well, I think we're going to have to do this again because you were so much fun having you on
I'm
here.
always here. Oh, I would love to. I knew I was going to have so much fun with you guys today. I was so excited to see you.
Us too. Yeah, this is like our only time that we get to see other people.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I teach a Zoom class at 5 today, so I'm excited because I'll see some people online. I have so much fun teaching workout classes online.
Awesome. Yeah.
Can people find you through your like Instagram bio?
Yeah, I always post it on my Instagram, like, and I'll do swipe ups and stuff, but it's actually through a local gym that I'm doing it through. It's called Fit Crew out of Bradenton. And so I've just been doing online classes for them because once they open back up, I actually am teaching classes there, like fitness classes and stuff. Like, it's so cool. Just, it's fun to be a part of another gym that I'm not like working out at, and just to have that in-person interaction. Since all my clients are online, I still like to do stuff in person just to see people and, you know, not just maybe email.
So I'm teaching live Zoom classes also. How hard is it to do them while you're talking?
Oh, I'm a cardio bunny. It doesn't faze me.
I sound like I'm like
Camille, step it up. Camille, step it up.
They always tell me,
you're like, okay, guys, I think that's good. I'm done.
It's so funny. I can talk and work out all day long. I'm crazy. Cardio queen.
Wow. Okay. Well, be careful the arm.
Yes, I will.
Yeah.
I do meditations. I have a chair that I like set my arm on while I'm like doing plank jacks.
Wow. Your consistency, dedication is super inspiring, super motivating. I'm sure everyone enjoyed this interview with you so much. So thank you so much, Hannah, for your time. And we can't wait to see you at the I guess that's the next place we'll see you.
Yeah, hopefully before then for some reason, but if not, for sure at the O.
Keep posting your motivating pictures and inspiring and being yourself. You're a lot of fun to follow, and we're very proud of you for your victory and cannot wait to see you on stage.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Can't wait. Thanks, Hannah.
Bye.
Bye. Well, Camille, that was so awesome having Hannah Ranfranz on. I feel like we like just jumped right into it. I don't even think we introduced her when she came on. But.
No. We're like, and she needs no introduction. No, Hannah's awesome. That was the first time I've actually talked to her. But I follow her, and she's so funny. And, you know, I think I was rooting for her. I was so happy for her when she won her, you know, the battle in Texas. And she's a great example of just hard work, dedication, and a true athlete throughout life, and shows people that, you know, if you see someone, you're like, how did this happen so quickly? There's years and years and layers behind it that they're not seeing. So Hannah is a phenomenal example of all of that.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I even remember seeing her after, I think it was either after prejudging or finals, or probably both, at the Niagara show in Canada. And, you know, she was, of course, you know, upset. You know, she thought she had brought a great package, and I did too. And we had talked about, you know, her going and doing another show. And then, like you said, seeing her, it was totally like an entire community.
Yeah.
All people were happy for her and ecstatic that she had won. You know, watching someone's journey and seeing someone who's so genuine, it's easy to root for them. You want them to do well. You want to be in their corner.
I think most people like to root for the underdog, and Hannah was that. And yeah, so it'll be awesome to see her at Olympia, and very cool.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Camille, are you watching any new shows?
No.
That's a no.
That's
a no.
That's
all right.
Negative. You?
All right. No, I kind of X-nayed the shows. Yeah. After my Ozark binge, I was like, time to actually do some more things.
Yeah. We've been pretty busy with other stuff too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so we have Priscilla coming on next.
Yes. No, not next. That's not next, is it?
I think that's next week. I think it's next week. Yeah.
Oh, wow. We have more. We'll check our schedule.
Probably. Well, there'll probably be one slipped in between there too.
Yeah, definitely. We are trying to crank these out for you guys. So again, if you guys want to see anybody that we possibly haven't interviewed, someone that maybe we're not thinking of, you know, just let us know right in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to Maximus Report. Yes,
want to
Camille.
get Masa on. She's been wanting to come on, and she'd be a great that
Totally.
a newer pro who's qualified for the O as well. So we can reach out to her and get her scheduled on there. So I know she's excited to come on the show.
Yes, and get a little tropical feel
Yeah.
over here in the inland out of Hawaii. That sounds like a plan.
Well, Sarah, it was great seeing you.
It was great seeing you too, Camille, and I will see you soon. Until next time.
Bye,
The
everybody.
Bikini Show, sponsored by Maximum
Maximum Beauty.
We'll see you all next time.
Hey, but Sarah.
Wait, am I pausing? Okay, what?
We got to do our intro now.
Oh. Didn't we do that?
No.
Okay. I really want to, I think I'm just going to order one of those things from Amazon. I think it would just be funny at this point.
That would be really, really funny.
I think it would be hilarious. Yeah. Okay. We're going to do that. Everyone just wait for that because I'm sure Kyle will put this in here some way, some shape or form. All right. What's up, everybody? It is Sarah Lyon and
Camile Periat.
Perfect. Okay.